G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is the Webley-Fosbery, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that properly, Autorevolver pistol. No, just Autorevolver, thank you. I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyways, so this is a highly customizable stand-alone revolver type weapon with custom sounds and animations, which are really awesome. We'll get to those in a second, but for now, let's get into some customization. So firing the 45s with this weapon, which are a dime a dozen, and you can put a automatic receiver on this. So let's see, looks like the best we can get. There's no powerful auto, which is interesting, but the rapid auto receiver will give us the best damage, interestingly enough. So chucking the rapid one on first of all, and we can go for a long barrel if we want, which will increase our range and our accuracy, which is alright, and we can change this thing's bullets. So this is the standard FMJ. You can have Wad Cutter, which is target ammo, inferior damage, superior range and accuracy, man stopper, huge lead hollow point, so obviously good against unarmored targets. That's what hollow points were good for in New Vegas, but apparently it's just better damage, and there's also a high explosive, which requires gun nut and demo expert. We'll keep this on the FMJ for now. Actually, no, let's boost that to man stopper. We'll have a explosive thing soon enough, but it'll boost our damage even more because we are lacking a little bit with our rapid receiver here, because yeah, the advanced receiver gives us a lot more damage. Hopefully the DPS of the rapid auto receiver will sort of make up for it. You can't do anything with the grips, and there's a legendary effect there if you want it. I'm thinking Deadeye would be awesome for this, but yeah, we'll withhold for now. We'll grab another revolver, and I'll see you where we shoot people most. Alrighty, so here we are in Gunner's Plaza, and this is our auto revolver in first person. Weirdly, the idle animations seem like you're shivering with it. Is it that heavy? I don't think it is. That's what it looks like in third person, and this is just the advanced one. They both look the same. Alright, so we're starting off with our rapid auto receiver, and looking through the receivers, the standard automatic one does a little bit more damage, but nowhere near the rate of fire. I'm interested to know the reason why there isn't a powerful auto receiver like most weapons in the game, because as you can tell, this ain't doing the job at all. No, this kind of sucks. So we'll move on to our advanced receiver one. This one's equipped with man stopper bullets also, so that's pretty good. And you'll notice how the firing animations have you firing it in one hand. Let me just fucking get good for a second. That's the stuff. This is why I reckon having something like the Deadeye effect on your things would make it a bit easier, because sometimes the movements of the human NPCs are a little bit on the sporadic side, and they do like to jump around a little bit, but if you can get used to it, you can actually, you know, do pretty good. So I'm definitely digging the damage out of the advanced receiver more. I'm not even sure why you'd want to advertise it as an auto revolver if all of the attachments on it are inferior if it's automatic. Not even, yeah, I don't even know why. There's obviously you can't make it good with a suppressor because suppressed revolvers are otherworldly. You don't ever see those in video, ever. It's got to zero in on those headshots and hope that we do pretty good. Or we could just use VATS and let the game aim for us, which is always a good option with revolvers because they tend to have a low rate of fire, high damage sort of model. So you kind of want every one of those bullets to count, so you can just use that sometimes if you don't feel like aiming. You'll notice there that the hipfire spread on that was pretty much nothing for a second there, and if I just sit still and aim this thing and hipfire it, it looks like, yeah, it's pretty much that accurate. We're getting sneak attack criticals now, or were, and you'll notice that there's two different firing animations to this, which is nice attention to detail. Anyways, so moving on from that, we'll just continue to shoot Captain Bridget in a mug. Go for a critical now, see if we can't come up with a kill. Not quite. That has gotten us to reload though. We actually disarm her of her pistol. Let me just pinch that for a second so no other person decides to grab it. And you know what? When facing against two guys with automatic rifles and you've only got a 6-shooter, that's probably a good time to back off now, isn't it? This guy's gone the knuckle for some reason. He'll soon regret it. There we go, he has regretted it. Interestingly, he had 3 assault rifles on him and a bunch of rounds. Okay, that's kind of weird. Maybe the spawns are in here are a little bit strange because I come in here a lot and the game doesn't really know what to think. Let's get some gunfill action happening, OG gunfill action. We probably won't come up with the kill here, almost do. We'll have, I think, 10% more damage against this target, and with a critical that'll finish them off nice and easily. and go for a critical against this person. Now, the good thing about automatic weapons in VATS is that they'll actually fire in bursts of 3, so yeah, okay. Here's where you want to use the Autorevolver then. You want to use it in VATS as much as you can because you can just Glock them with a revolver like that. You want this one's head, you say? Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's going to be a little bit difficult if you've got Gore disabled. And a quick reload in VATS allows us to quickly stomp on that fella. Or that gal, I suppose. Let's not go misgendering people and attract the attention of the ne'er-do-wells who would like to think that there's nothing different between male and female. But here at Captain Noob, we've actually got a brain and we embrace the inherent differences of our fellow, of the fairer sex, I suppose. They look a lot better, alright? This is not opinion, this is fact. Anyways, moving on from that, let's go and shoot these guys with some criticals, avoid that grenade, and we're about at Nerd Rage threshold now, so if we can get some of that slow-mo, that'd be nice. Only 176 damage with that shot, but if we whip out our automatic receiver or our advanced receiver, we can easily get double that. And, oh, nice, there's even physics when it comes to the shells ejecting, which are very thrown off by Nerd Rage apparently, which is very, very humorous indeed. And we are done with Gunner's Plaza, so apart from using the automatic one in VATS, I don't think it's particularly worth it. You're probably better off getting that standard auto receiver because that rate of fire isn't going to help you out in VATS anyway. You'll just be, you know, costing yourself 3 or 4 points of damage per shot, which isn't a lot, but you kind of want everything that you can get when you're playing on big boy, very hard difficulty. Alrighty, so here we are in the Tanky Boys department store. Very foggy edition, by the way. And I'm pretty sure I've figured out the best way to actually run this thing. We've also got explosive bullets now. You'll notice how many shots per VATS we get out of an AP bar. And the fact that we can just speed Glock them with an auto revolver like this is going to be very, very powerful. I think that is the best way to run it. Next Super Mutant I'll come across, I'll switch over to my advanced semi-auto variant and we can see just the difference in TTK when it comes to using this thing in VATS. Okay, that's a bit rough. We should have actually hit him just now. There we go. We're actually getting 2 hits for the price of 1 here. Slight splash damage against this fellow, so, you know, explosive bullets putting in work. But as you can tell, a few shots in, we're doing okay, but it is a lot slower. So I think the TTK is a little bit better when you're using things of the automatic variety in VATS. And you'll notice there I've also got the Deadeye Legendary effect on it, like I said I would have earlier. And just to skip that reload, we'll go over to our automatic one. And yeah, these guys are tanky, so you kind of want to hit them in VATS all the time and spamming those criticals as soon as you have them, because it's just a much easier way to run this thing. Perhaps it is a little bit unintended, and perhaps this is why there isn't no powerful auto receiver, because if we're hitting this hard with a auto revolver in VATS, I think a powerful auto receiver would be slightly ridiculous and would make the advanced receivers not worth using at all. No need to reload in VATS there when we've obviously killed that guy before even shooting at him, which is kind of odd. Maybe I missed it, but I'm pretty sure we didn't shoot him at all just then. There's that reload in third person, by the way. Great animations, and it's really damn fast in VATS sometimes too, which is unlike revolver animations. Usually they take fucking ages. Usually your character forgets to even reload them. You have to sit there going, alright, you can reload now. At least Tammy's onto it today. She's switched on. Okay, we'll keep on going. No use in bothering to sneak now, but just to give you a little bit of a contrast of what this thing is like without all of that VATS spamming, yeah. Much better off using this thing in VATS. So we've got all these criticals to use now, so might as well make good use out of them. We'll switch over to... Oh, hang on, it looks like I forgot all about those dudes up there. That's okay. We can hopefully regain our sneakiness. We'll switch over to our semi-auto one. Never mind, we got spotted right away. That's okay, that one's only a basic super mutant, so we'll knock his block off with 1 shot there. I'm pretty sure I heard one of the doggos howling. Poor super mutants. You've got no idea how good you have it in Fallout 76. Instead of the biggest cell full of you being some stupid department store, you've actually taken a place of science and wrecked it and, you know, use it to get more super mutants. But somebody ruined all of the FEV there, so you can't exactly create more. So maybe, and also the Institute is now destroyed, so super mutants, they're not bloody long for this world. It'd be interesting to see whether Bethesda completely cuts out super mutants by the end of Fallout 76's life cycle, because they're just being slaughtered by the thousands every day. They can't have that many super mutants. West Tech wouldn't have had that much control over the water supplies to chuck FEV into. Also, who enabled those experiments? Who said, yep, that's a good idea? That's dumb. Someone there. Yes, there is. Who did I miss, by the way? Oh, it's just a rad roach. Well, here's the bash animation. You literally just punch them. Is that another rad roach down there? It's a legendary rad roach. Well, let's see if we can't one-shot him. We can, and we get a powered leather arm out of that. That's actually not a bad drop, because that's light armor. It'll be light in your inventory, which is good. And for a sneak attack critical there, we almost one-shot him, which is pretty solid, but obviously, since this thing is a loud and proud revolver, we got detected pretty quickly there and weren't able to get that secondary sneak attack critical, so it ended up being a 3-shot kill rather than a 2-shot kill. Probably the same sort of efficiency we'd get out of an automatic one, but automatic one would have probably one-bursted him at that point. And who else is left? Is that another rad roach? Oh, he's going to nibble on one of the super mutant corpses. No, we don't need rad roaches infused with FEV, thank you very much. Anyways, so there you have it. Against a bunch of tanky boys, this thing can actually do pretty well, provided you've got this thing set up using VATS and all of that. So we'll move on to one more big super mutant. And we shall fight the OG Swan now. It's just many super mutants killing, and okay, apparently he's got a pet Mirelurk. Is that Fido? It's probably Fido. And now we can just sit back and relax as we've got that's pretty much doing everything for us at this point. And look at that reloading. This is like the biggest iron, the fastest iron in the West. Hang on. I think I've aggroed the Mirelurks, which is not going to help me out a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is get them with criticals in the face. Penetrator is going to help us out with that. And after that, we can take on Swan and actually get sneak attack criticals because, okay, I think we got him. Yeah, we'll get sneak attack criticals because he's no longer aggroed by these little crabby dudes. And I see there's still another one over there. No, don't give up on sneaking. Okay, apparently Swan is heading this way, which is potentially problematic. We'll see how we go. We'll go for a critical against this fellow. Okay, he's dead now. Should be back into a stage of caution. And not really. Okay. Ow. We somehow have managed to avoid that damage. Probably the Unstoppables magazine, actually. No serendipity in this game. And now, since it is night, we can easily get away from him with sneaking. We'll just wait till our AP comes back. And then we will let loose with our automatic revolver Glock thingy. Go for a critical up first, just to add insult to injury. 139 damage each. This guy actually has a similar amount of health to a Scorched Beast Queen, actually. He clocks in at, I think, 30,000 damage, 30,000 hit points, sorry. But he doesn't have that crazy over the top, yeah, 70% damage resistance like the Scorched Beast Queen has. So, in a way, he's kind of, I think he's quite better designed than whatever they've provided us in Fallout 76. Although he is getting a significant, you know, resistance to all the damage I'm throwing out simply because he's got that skull there. He's level 50, whereas I'm level 127, 28, one of those. But as you can tell, without those sneak attack criticals, without that constant VAT spam, we are suffering a little bit in terms of DPS. And usually I don't get revolvers to kill Swan like this. It's usually a suppressed thing, so, you know, despite it being a revolver, the performance is actually quite good. I'm surprised that we're missing so many shots. There's no excuse on missing a large target like that. And this might actually take a long time. Luckily, Swan hasn't attacked us yet. We can't actually crack his noggin in half. We can't actually cripple his head, so his perception will never be lowered by anything other than the weather conditions, which night gives you a little bit, and obviously raining makes his perception a little bit less. Maybe he's got rain droplets in his eyeballs. His sense of smell. Do you reckon they have sense of smells? I don't really know. I don't think they've got a lot of senses, to be honest. Obviously, Swan over here is struggling to navigate terrain, so maybe his whole sense of personal space is a little bit thrown off. So we're slowly chipping away at his health. Definitely not a good Swan killer, but we're making it work for what it's worth. And like I said before, using this thing basically in an automatic fashion in VATS is going to be the only way where you can actually deal enough damage to actually kill things in a timely manner. Otherwise, things will just be a little bit too strong. Still going. And comes the mysterious stranger. He might actually aggro Swan. He totally has. He's going to whack him, but we're now out of caution once again. Or back into caution. He's doing his facey shieldy blocky thing. We've got penetrator, so we can punch right through that. And we'll go for some critical hits just to see what we can do. That looks more like a 45. Hey, we hit him for like 513 then. Maybe he is getting a bit of damage resistance out of that face shield thing. It's a lot quicker to do this by the looks, and I'm thinking that we might actually get the mysterious stranger showing up again if it's per shot of a chance that he shows up. I haven't actually studied that all that much. It's something I actually haven't ever used in Fallout 76 at all. He's there, but nobody ever uses him. Anyways, so there you have it. That was Swan, and I think that is about enough for this particular revolver. So if you'd like to see this particular weapon in your game, check out the description. Hey, that's a nice drop. Yeah, check out the description. There shall be a link down there. This has been sitting on 1.1 for ages. Also another legendary down there. Don't care. Murmurs doesn't accept Fallout 4 legendaries, unfortunately. Yeah, links in the description if you want it. If you want this particular character to follow you around in your Fallout game, I'll probably remember to chuck a link down there as well. Thank you for watching, guys. Oh wait, no, I actually haven't finished this companion mod yet. Maybe tomorrow I'll get to that. Also, I've found something else of interest. It shoots that fast in third person. What about the standard one? No, that's normal. It's just the automatic one that fires off like a Glock in third person. Interesting.